to play the demo for Tavern Talk, which I'm currently backing on Kickstarter. I really should have pulled that Kickstarter link up, shouldn't I? So if you end up liking this demo, and you want to get it, aha, now I have the Kickstarter link copied, so I'll be ready to deploy it as needed. Alright. I hope my balance is okay. I don't have anybody here to tell me. Otherwise, let's do this. My pronouns are she, her. The Wayfarer's Inn. Hi, Innkeeper. How's it going? Oh, nice and dandy. Log. Chat. Quests. Rumors. Recipes. Ingredients. Infusions. Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All nice and dandy? Yes. Yes, all nice and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better! I took a walk around the grove. Then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic, maybe a gnome. Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great! I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same amaranth hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. There's that tentacle back again. There's a bird up there. Bird! Sounds very exciting. Oh my kitty. My life is as exciting as a dried nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces, or as a snack. There are various nut types. Walnuts, peanuts, pecan nuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. I just wish something would happen in my life. Something riveting. So, what are you saying is that... What you're saying is that you're missing the spice? Oh, no, no, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. I was talking about the spice in your life. Ah! Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes. Yes, exactly. That's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no nymphs, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. Classic case of boredom. I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad,
Charge
also
complete.
Not particularly funny. Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, or gala, or arrive in a hot air balloon. Hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. Ah, I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? Day in, day out, I live in the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there, see something. Like, for example, saving people, wandering through the marshes, meeting a pretty nymph. That sounds like the opening to a grand adventure. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it would be. Not that it would actually occur, because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about the exciting, magical things I encounter, but to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer it if you did. Okay, maybe one day I get to offer them in their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I would love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a sunny breeze, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph floating in the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a sunny breeze. Message received. Though, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yes. Really? Yes. What do I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. Hi, Andu. This is Andu. He is very important and beautiful. So this is what it looks like back here? Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can I just freehand mix something to see what sticks? Nope. I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial. So I stick to my recipes. When I have settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with the sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I press the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magic details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. There's the drink. I suppose. I don't know how I would know that means a sunny breeze, but the delicious sunny breeze will fasten your reflexes while adding a small boost to your grip strength and defenses. It tastes like a pleasant wind flowing through the woods on a warm summer day. Currently on trial version number 568. Needs more input from rangers and bards. Draw recipe. Okay. Mostly dexterity. Okay. A little bit of this. A little bit of this. Alright. Well. Instead I just pour it. Well, maybe I'll try this first. This is a demo. It is an alpha version, so maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Figure this out. Oh, there we go. Haha. That's what it is, I think. It's not the right drink. Has to be a recipe from my handbook that fits. Huh. Sunny breeze. Looks like it. Ah, didn't have enough dexterity. Got it. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That is delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Sometimes. But how would I know if I never tried? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes. I want to tell great stories. Never mind. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific. Thank you. I'm on my way to a fight. Need to pay some debts. Give me something that will boost my defense so I can claim victory. I'll see what I can find. Alright, so order is defense. Steel tonic running through your veins, you can become the buff, charming tank of your dreams. Its cooling qualities, mixed with a surprisingly spicy aroma, boost your vitality to new heights and leave you impenetrable to damage. It's almost perfect. Almost. Alright, so I think a little bit of this. And then a little bit of this. Whoops, I definitely spilled drink. Steel tonic. Haha, I did it. This should taste like victory. Thanks. Almost washes away the memories of the banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. Enough to kick some ass, at least. Alrighty then. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Nothing. Just dreams. Yours or someone else's. Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. Is that what he said? Yes, he said, "We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods like the streams that patters down the mountain. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do." And is that what you want to do? Yes. No. Well, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I hope everyone is enjoying this so far. I am playing the Tavern Talk demo. You can find Tavern Talk on Kickstarter right now. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for the same freedom. Of course, I can never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It is my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my family looks after the Grove. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart says. Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. But what if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. A little later. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Carolyn. You can call me Kara, or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Kara. Lynn. What can I do for you? You do the thing with the quests, right? Yes. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. No. I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Elaborate. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Tregarin? A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Hervé. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up. Like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died together with that one romance novel. Ugh, do you mean the one with the vampires? Think so. Nah, that just split society into two camps. Team werewolf or team vampire. Which one were you, Innkeep? I like both. I really wasn't, I didn't... Oh, so you're not in, you're into the fangs, aren't you? And Innkeep never tells, you little rascal. I like you. Likewise. What about you? Vampires. Why? The wolves are too close to my kin, and yeah, I'd rather stay away from them. Is that the reason why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look like a little too familiar to my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fellow. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. That bird just pooped in my tavern. Is it a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You couldn't tell. Want to avoid an awkward family reunion, you know? Alright. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. On any dog, trust me. Good to know. Thanks, Care. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha, Carolyn. Alright, Chief. You got a name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, before I venture on, you've got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered-down muck instead. So, strength. So, that one. Sailor's courage gives even the last landlubber the qualities of a good sailor. A lot of strength, quick reflexes, and a shot of defense, and the inability to know fear. Occasionally causes wobbly sea legs, but that is nothing to worry about. So, 1 part dex, 1 part defense, and the rest. Whoop. There we go. Sailor's courage. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad, just what I was craving. Thanks. Where will you head from here? Perhaps back north through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to clean up. What kind of business? My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. I'd say she is hallucinating, but I did hear some folks complaining about an undead uptake up north, so might as well humor her. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. Think there's not much use digging up the past. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Humph. Would you mind talking like a normal person? Stop pooping in my inn! I like you, but stop pooping in my inn. No. Then don't bother. This is my tavern. And I'm leaving it. If you find any more rumors or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups, but sure, I'll be back for more work. I'll be waiting. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. I could use some help. Fine. I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. Think the best next step would be sorting the fitting snippets into your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select that quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Carolyn. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright, time to assemble a quest. Banshee is haunting the Lonesome Lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones, hopefully a rhetorical device. The Vukakeen Carolyn told me about a werewolf who is roaming around Tregarin, a potential threat to villagers. An unusual amount of dead seem to be haunting the north. Undead snails are being accused of stealing crops. This apparently poses a problem. The Superman ass. The werewolf previously has been seen in Erave, a southern town, and no matter they have a goal in mind. A werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. Apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. A werewolf on detours. A reticent Vukakeen passed by Wayfarer's Inn, reporting a werewolf making their way out to Tregarin from Erave. They pose a potential threat to helpless villagers. Apparently werewolves love paying fetch. Are you brave enough to take on the quest and save Tregarin from this werewolf mayhem? Andu! 58th of the Wake. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. Part 2, Prelude to Bravery. Quest taken. Fable. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregarin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who is good with the bow. One that will tell me that they want the quest. Ah, I am good with a bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want that quest? Just maybe? No, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forest. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they are also human. But you've talked to humans before, and you got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they are just collecting dust in your room. And I thought I could ask you about if anyone had taken it yet. And then, I didn't think that far. I see. Or rather I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf, or talk to the werewolf, which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if, when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree will be mad at me. But it won't really matter, because I'll be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable. Yes. Do you want me to tell you to take that quest? Maybe. I can't make that decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah. Maybe you could add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest. I think I would have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. It would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable, the protector of the woods. The world. The worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time that I think about embarking on a quest, all I can think about are the ways in which it could go wrong. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have a history, right? Inspirational feats they can look back on to define their bravery. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mara Morgan incident. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. The Mara Morgan incident? Yeah, the Mara Morgan incident. Did you hear of it? Well, thanks Spirit, word didn't carry around. It was my very first adventure. The chance to finally get out of my daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. They wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. Yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So, of course, it ought to go wrong. I really wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way of that. How how did it go wrong? I felt their condescending looks on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually looked, but my fear got hold of me and I led them astray. I blacked out, I think. I never got lost in the woods before. I couldn't see well with the blood rushing in my ears and feeling dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever pass. Past the riverbanks of the Shiramir, home to the Maramorgan. You know of the Maramorgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that is known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still their laughingstock at every gathering. How am I ever supposed to set a foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the Wyvern Chimera, residing in the Quagman Grove. They say it has a taste for adventures. But you didn't. But I didn't. You seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem. But how can I not be? All I ever do is fail. I don't think that's true. You've done many wonderful things, and the future is yet to be written. I don't think anyone really wants to read my story. I would. Personally, I'm very much looking forward to hearing about your heroic ballads. So, you think I should go on that quest? Perhaps. Even after what you've just heard? I almost killed those adventurers. How am I supposed to save anyone? I'll probably just make it worse. Your absence will not make it better. You don't know that. Neither do you. All we do know is that without you, there will be one less person helping them. Someone else will do a better job. There might not be someone else. That would be horrible. Someone has to help those people. They can't just be abandoned. I agree. But what if I do make it worse? What if you make it better? What if you help them? Save them even? So what if you make a mistake in the middle? Or if someone else comes along to give you a hand? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up joining a party. Perfect heroes do not exist anyhow, just ones that try, even if they are scared. What if they are terrified? Then they should try terrified. At least that means they are trying, instead of running away. Would you prefer to run? No, I think I only run because I'm better at it. But then again, I never really try anything else. Maybe I should not decide to walk away before I even tried the other path. And in a case of emergency, better heroes can always save me again. Or you them. One day, maybe. First, I'm going to save all these villagers, so that at least some of us don't have to be afraid anymore. No werewolf shall stand a chance against me! Right? Right. You will do great. I just know it. Before you go, would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes, please. I even got new infusions in this morning, so I am well prepared to help. That sounds wonderful. What do you have? I've got some Thunder Sage, which is said to enchant words. With its magic, you should be able to inspire others and boost their abilities through your support. And then I have a couple golden feathers. They are extremely rare, but once in your possession, they can grant you haste. Briefly, the expiration date is a bit unpredictable. How did you get those? Pure luck. Alright then, keep your secrets. So considering all of that, do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so that the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage, so maybe haste would be helpful too. Or maybe instead, something that can help me with diplomacy, so nimble and quiet. Dex. Haste. Diplomacy. Maybe it's just a hungry lost lichen after all, and it just needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we can even be friends. but I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. And some additional inspiration. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware. Sorry for backseat mixing. Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful of how they interact with the other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I can mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding the infusion first and adjust the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Alright. So... I want to go with charisma. So, what do we have that's charisma? The Peak Sunrise 0.5 is a sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain's peak. While focusing on charisma, adventurers may feel infused with the toughness of their favorite mountain range, and surprisingly very popular with climbers and boulders. And then I want the haste and inspiration. Okay. So, I'm gonna add the infusion first. is not the right drink. Okay. Has to be a recipe from my handbook that fits. I got it. That is a peach sunrise. Okay. And I'm getting a lot of drinkies. Charisma and thingy. I'm very confused. Okay. Starting over. Put the thingy in first. Okay. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. Farming? No, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Tregarin, and I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could need that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gives me the courage I needed. I thought I could boost a normal drink with the infusions, and it looks like I can't. I have to make the drink with the infusion. I believe in you, Fable. Follow your heart instead. I think that one's a better roadmap. I can't wait to tell you about my victory. Best of luck. Best of patience. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder which path their faith took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I could help. Fondue! 59th of the week. Act 1, Weavers in. Part 3, New Friends and Former Enemies. Innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky fella. It is good to see you too, Carolyn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I am just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you didn't join a party? No. Oh. Then what is the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater, at least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died. No. Elfie here was able to prevent it. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does! I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she is confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did, kind of. I also remember you saying you did not want the quest, Carolyn. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Wasn't. Sure was. Adventuring pay ain't what it once was. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. Does any of this lead to a successful quest? Just to drop this link again, since there are new people in chat. If you are enjoying this game, this is a demo, and it is up on Kickstarter right now. And you, too, can back it. I have backed it. I have backed for the $27 tier that comes with the game. If I get any tips or donations in this stream, I have Cash App and Venmo linked in my links. I might go for the $53 tier that has the art book and the soundtrack. After leaving your tavern, I traveled swiftly through the Ashen Grove. I reached the borders of Chigarin right after dawn. The vineyard stretched far ahead, and I saw the one or other farm nestled in between. Truly idyllic, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually. A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thanks, Spirit. You're already weird enough. Anyway, luckily, darkness doesn't affect my hearing. So I hear a creaking fence and footsteps that are failing at keeping it quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I sneak closer and I see a werewolf-esque shape picking up tiny sheep. I was petting it. Thinking she was going to steal it, I summoned all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and said, "Hey, glad you could stop in. Hugs and love." "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect her to be in her full senses, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her. Nice! Good job, Martz! I love it. I love the entire concept. It's definitely my vibe. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna back this, and then I'm gonna play the demo, and then I'm gonna link people to the Kickstarter. Also, welcome to chat. It's your first time. Hey, Kane. It did confuse me, alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Or an insane one. Well, it worked, didn't it? Because I ain't a werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I am skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a, "What?" Surprised my plan worked, I said again, "Please put down the sheep." Because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you? A guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling growl. Please, it was barely a bark. It made the blood freeze in my veins. Hearing heavy footsteps, I barely dared to turn around. You turned immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws, he looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep? Obviously, I set it down before. So you came to Fable's aid. No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That old... Hey, why can't I say that? What the? Youth protection. The age rating assessment is quite harsh. Ah. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon? Fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. The only way I can bring him up these days is by joking. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than did his own family. Eventually, he just left. Ran away. Without a word. Left us and Uncle Fedor behind to worry senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. So that's why you wanted to talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. Glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so it got them to stop for long enough to get them to listen to me. I threatened that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. Oh, those lines are reversed. But they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little guy. Thank you. Maybe? I sat them down and made sure to be between them so that if they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds dangerous. Was. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you can stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the disagreement. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. And that ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't expect that, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, all that. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any of the human things. That's something he and Carolyn have in common. What? Stubbornness and unwillingness to ask for help. But they had to talk about it. This silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? Little stick is strangely persuasive. Something about their earnesty is frustratingly inspiring. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first. And apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there is still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure, he can still barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he's done. That he has to accept he is different now, learn how to live again. Of course, it isn't easy, no change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. They taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secret of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of... It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an end, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of an adventure is just the beginning of a new one? Exactly. I like that. So after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to go back here. Was talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. So, a drink. What can I offer you, Carolyn? Surprise me with something that fits my strength and brawn. Strength and brawn. Alright. Frosted Lagoon calms your nerves and strengthens your muscles. It's very popular amongst travelers from the Highlands and Duria, and those looking for some extra UV protection. This version is actually a modified prototype from the capital, focusing heavily on intelligence. May or may not need some tweaking. Well, last time I gave you a sailor's courage. I'm giving you a sailor's courage again. So I thought the infusions would add another element to it, but instead they just seem to like make it easier to make the drink. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that will calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? I would like to feel dexterous again. That was a stressful day. Night, morning, sequence of events. Alright, so we want some agility, huh? Well, we've got the sunny breeze, but we've also got some other options. Let's get rid of the Last Whisper. The Last Whisper stealths itself into your heart and provides it with speed, strength, and a bitter aftertaste that will awaken your senses. Sometimes what you need is the right balance between elegance and brute force. Its recipe is ancient and slightly smudged, but that adds to the flavor. Okay, so... let's do... intelligence. And then haste. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? Because it tastes so bad, so do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a free room. You can stay there. I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Not yet, if that's okay. I think I would like to stay here for a little longer. Calm down a bit. before I check on all my plants. Unless you need to close up, stay. Please. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different than I expected. But I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? I hope this isn't going to be my last adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That is a very tall ask. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer if the world did not need to end. Right. Let's hope not. I like this world, and a calamity like that would be disastrous. Even if it would make for a good song. Or for a sad one. Or both. Thank you for believing in me, Innkeeper. Always. I can't wait to hear about your next quest. Me neither. Hello. Good day, little green mortal. Good day, Mr. Vampire. And good day to you too, illustrious innkeeper. Are you aware that you are covered in slime? Good evening, vampiric vampire. That's the best you can do? I am running out of lines. Ugh, see, another one of those empty babblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. That's what they all say. Seems like they've given you some more options than usual, but doesn't convince me just yet. I'm sorry, I don't think I understand. Of course. Probably forgot to give you enough intellect. Would surprise me if there was actually a brain inside that skull. I'm sure there is. Have you checked? No, but I can assure you I'm different from your average background character. She really is. She has a lot of personality. You just have to get to know her. Sure. I must agree. You look much more delicious than they usually do. Thank you. Though I should let you know, I am not on the menu. What a great day of woe. First my cape, and now this. You have a cape? The most exquisite one in all of Hysteria. Words would not be able to do justice to its beauty. Have you seen it, by the way? No, that's why we're here. Perhaps the slime ate your cape? That little creature doesn't seem like it would do such a horrible thing. Does it have a name? I never asked. Probably not. Maybe you should sometime. Speaking of names, what may yours be, little leafling? That's Fable, the great up-and-coming hero from the Ashen Grove. Just Fable is fine. How about you, Mr. Vampire? Me? What other vampires are there in this room? Hopefully none, but you can never know for sure. My name is Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic Ducret de la Sange. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. May I ask for your name as well, miss? You may stop calling me miss. Sorry. Call me Ray instead. Ray Frostgrip. Nice to meet you, Ray Frostgrip, Kyle, and unnamed slime. Indeed. Welcome to my little tavern. Now that we are past the pleasantries, would you like to tell me more about that cape? It's some sort of invisibility cape, if any of his blabbering is to be believed. That sounds very magical. It is, but he seems to have lost it. I have? Ye have. What a great tragedy. Oh, Kyle. Oh boy, Kyle. I think I need some hydration. Dear sweet Kyle. My cape of invisibility is of utter importance. If I do not get it back, I am afraid I shall perish immediately. That sounds very magical. Dearest innkeeper, dearest Fable, I must retrieve my cape. Could you please help me? I think I know just what to do. Dear player, you've reached the end of the Tavern Talk demo. It's been a pleasure to take you on this little journey through the Wayfarer's Inn. I hope you enjoyed the little insights into the adventure to come. Farewell, and see you next time. Alright everyone, don't forget you can get your... sign up to get your copy here, or you can go wishlist on Steam. It's under Tavern Talk.